Minister of State, Government of India for External Affairs, Sri V. Muralidharan, Honorable Minister for Cooperation, Government of Kerala, Sri V. N. Vasavan, Kottayam Member of Parliament, Sri Thomas Chelikadan, Prayer General Carmelites of Mary Immaculate, Reverend Father Thomas Chatham Parampil, Superior General Congregation of Mother of Carmel, S.R. Grace Teresa, former Chief Minister of Kerala, Sri Mohan Chandiji, Yadavarkum Namaskaram. Puduvatsara Asankal. ഈ മനോഹരമായ കേരളത്തിൽ എത്തിയതിൽ എനിക്ക് സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. സെയിൻറ്റ് കൊറൈക്കോസെ എലിയാസ് ചാവറയുടെ 180ാമത്തെ ചാരാമ വാർഷികത്തിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കളഞ്ഞതിൽ ഞാൻ സന്തുഷ്ടൻ ആണ്. Friends, I feel really very, very happy to have come here to participate in this auspicious celebration of the 150th anniversary of Saint Kuriakose Elias Chavara. When our friends suggested to me, I went through the life and teachings and preachings of Father Chavara, and I was so much impressed that a saint this many years back taking initiative in girls' education, in education in general, opening of schools for all, going against certain social evils prevailing at the time, and also opening a Sanskrit school for acquiring more and more knowledge, and also telling the people about our philosophy of share and care, to take care of others, and the life or a day of in everybody's life without doing some service to the people is a wasteful day. What a great statement, what a great inspiration to the people. That's why when our friends came here to meet me in Delhi, I have immediately agreed and informed Minister Sri Muralidharan, because he happens to be from this place. He also said, yes sir, you must come. This is an important place. So that's why I am here today to meet you all, greet you all, talk about the greatness of this great son of this great country. We all gathered here to remember and pay our respects to Saint Chavara, who is popularly referred to as Chavara Pitau, a term which serves as a reflection of the reverence accorded to this great saint. This iconic spiritual and social leader of Kerala, whom people considered as a saint during his lifetime, was a true visionary in every sense of the term. Saint Chavara engaged himself as a spiritual, educational, social and cultural reformer of Kerala society in the 19th century. Thus he contributed richly to the social awakening of the people of this region. Through the identity and vision of Saint Chavara were shaped and formed on the ideals of his Catholic faith, his deeds of social and educational services were not restricted to the progress and of development of that community alone. He wanted to serve the people irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region. That's a good example set by this great person. At the beginning of 19th century, with a firm belief in inclusivity, he started a Sanskrit school in Mannanam in 1846, which shows his open-mindedness and also of his vision. Through this bold and unconventional move, he opened up access to Sanskrit to aspiring candidates of all castes, genders and religions. This is more important. The Sanskrit school showcased an ideal pluralistic community whose members were brought together by a shared desire to learn more, acquire more knowledge, gain wisdom. Another path-breaking initiative was the concept of Pallekudam, which was translated earlier, of the setting up a school alongside every parish church. Schools initiated in 1864 were open also to children from all communities. The students who received basic education at the schools were also given midday meal. This practice has a great impact on the educational efforts at the time, as it encouraged parents to enroll children to the school. Saint Chavara contributed immensely to achieving communal harmony and tolerance society. Being a person with a affable disposition and endured with simplicity and kindness, he won friends from all walks of life. He always showed a deep concern for the well-being of all. Importantly, Saint Chavara taught us that peaceful human relations are sacred and more important than anything else. Today, we need a Chavara in every community, a towering individual with a vision to unite all sections of society, socially, culturally, and take the country forward. Sri Chavaraji's spirituality was in harmony with his vision of science and technology for the common masses. St. Joseph Press, established by Chavaraji here in the year 1846, the first non-government press in Kerala, was a very good example. It was not merely setting up the press. His print house with indigenized technology broke the European monopoly over printing. The printing machine, which played a key role in dissemination of knowledge to the common masses, conveyed a message to the people to take pride in self-reliance and then be vocal about local. It was all means Kerala's prototype initiative in terms of Swadeshi, Svavadambana, and then Atmanirbhara Bharat. In the domain of women's empowerment, with his farsightedness, Saint Chavara provided opportunities for female education and self-reliance by establishing Carmelite convents and various self-employment training schemes in the 19th century. The first task of the nuns was to educate the girls in the region. The formation of Educantat boarding house in 1868, was another milestone initiative for realizing this purpose. Women increasingly came forward to join this program, which was to bring about a path-breaking social revolution in the years to come. They were taught Malayalam, Tamil, English and Latin. Also they were trained in various skills like rosary making, flower making, sewing, knitting, cooking, music, mathematics and needlework. Skill development is the need of the hour even today, because we are a huge country with variation of economic levels. So one way to make people self-reliant is give them skills. Identify the skills in which they are interested, knowledge, and then upgrade the skills so that they can have a better life. And then they can stand on their own. That is what is required. That's why the government of India and the state governments are focusing on more skill development. I call upon the private organizations, public sector, private sector, religious organizations, social organizations to focus more and more on skill upgradation. That is what is required. Saint Chavara believed that every individual had the right to have honorable life, irrespective of his caste, creed or gender. He also believed that old age, ill health, poverty and destitution should not deprive anyone of the right to live in joy and die in peace. Thus, he paved the way in 1869 to start a Dharmashala or Upavishala, home for the destitute, at Kainankari in Alappuzha district. Another humanitarian step was the Pidiyari handful of rice movement, a unique resource mobilization and public distribution system at that time, which encouraged the people to save a handful of rice from their everyday provision for starving and needy. See, Chavara had a passion for learning and reading. He was a scholar in several languages, including Sanskrit, English and Portuguese. Chavara treated literature as a powerful means of energizing people with his writings are rich in poetic flavor, replete with profound spiritual and mystical insights. As a reformer of families, he wrote authoritatively long before the development of behavioral science about family life, testament of a loving father. Murunalla Apante Chavarul contains tenets for building strong, deep family bonds. Strengthening family system is also the need of the hour. India is known and respected because of our family values, tradition, culture, heritage. We must strengthen it. That is our strength. We must build upon. And this COVID has learned us how much importance is there for a family. And the famous quote which I liked very much, the foremost was, a day you have not helped another person shall not be counted in your life. What a great statement. Everyone, before going to bed, should think on these lines. What is it I have done for the sake of others? Living for others will make you to live long. Living for others, caring for others, sharing with others will not only make your life joyful, eventful, but you will be remembered after you are no more. This has to be understood by all. That's why Indian spirituality, Bharatiya Sanatana Dharma, is respected worldwide, and we have to propagate, protect about our culture and our tradition. Saint Chavara combined the spirit of Renaissance within the mission of charity and a noble Christian concept of universal brotherhood. I'm happy that the involvement of these congregations in the education and health fields in the South as well as North India has grown from strength to strength, filling the vision of its founder. I would like to take this opportunity to urge upon all the states to take a cue from Kerala in the field of education, social justice and women's empowerment as outlined in the pioneering initiatives of Sant Chavara and Sri Narayana Guru and great men alike. Their path-breaking work proves that every state can be transformed into an engine of growth and progress, and that this can be achieved through social and educational empowerment of women and youth belonging to poorer sections of the society. As I often say, the benefits of development must percolate down to the last man in the most backward and impoverished segment of our socio-economic order. The great thinkers, even Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Ambedkar, and a visionary thinker and social reformer, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya. We should draw inspiration from their life and from their teachers. Today, there is a dire need to inculcate the spirit of service from young age in the youth of our country. Once the pandemic is behind us, normalcy retires, I would suggest that government schools as well as those in the private sector must take community service in the private sector, public sector, for 2 to 3 weeks at least. We used to have community work during our school days. I don't know what has happened. There used to be a moral class. Now morals are getting diluted and classes are also being abandoned. We have great traditions, we have great philosophy, and we must follow it. And now any attempts by anybody to weaken the social cohesiveness, as I always tell that irrespective of caste, creed, sex, region, we are all Indians. We must treat everybody as our brother and sister, and we must take care of them. All religions are different paths to reach the God. It's a way of worship and one sort of philosophy. That should not divide us otherwise. We must think always that we respect our religion, your religion, and all religions. You can propagate, nothing wrong. But you should not hate other religions, ridicule other religions, write negatively about religions. Discussing critically is different. But abusing, accusing, inciting people against each other is a crime against the nation. This has to be understood by all. It's not because of Constitution alone, our so-called secularism is part of our blood. Part of our blood. We Indians, we inherited from our parents, grandparents. And that culture has to be preserved, not because of the action, not because of this act or that act, because we believe in that philosophy. That is our spirituality. That is our civilization. We must all protect it and isolate such forces which try to portray a negative impact on the minds of the younger generation. This is very, very important. No caste is big. No caste is upper caste. Who said upper caste? Did the God say these are all upper caste? Everybody has a right to live with dignity, to profess, practice, teach, propagate what he believes in within our value system, cultural values and traditions. And we must also love and live with the nature. Love and live with the nature. Kerala is beautiful. Greenery. Encouraging tree plantation. Encouraging education. Living with the nature will give you more happiness. Sun. I'm not talking of your son or my son. Sun God. Not only gives you brightness, but also revitalizes your body. The trees not only give you oxygen, they also give you positive thoughts. The water not only gives purity, there is no life without water. This has to be understood by one and all. So I always say, love and live with the nature. Nature, culture together for better future. Younger generation must understand this. Nature, culture together for better future. And my dear youngsters who are all watching this program, across the country because of it's also virtual, being telecast. That everyone must imbibe the cultural spirit. Second, must have physical fitness. That is one lesson taught to us by this corona. That's the message to all of us. Physically fit. If you are physically fit, you will be mentally alert. So, whatever exercise you want to do walking, jogging, offer Surya Namaskara, yoga, any exercise of your choice. Because exercise and yoga has no religion. It is a personal choice. And secondly, lifestyle. We are seeing aping the West, becoming a fashion for some people. We must have our lifestyle which is given by our forefathers. The traditions, rising with the sun and trying to go to bed at the earliest, entertaining positive thoughts, and be kind to other human beings and other creatures. That gives you satisfaction and meaning of life. And then follow good food habits. Sedentary lifestyle and eating junk food is very bad. Those foods, they may be suitable to those countries. But our country, food is given by our forefathers according to season and reason. Which season, which food is best? Tested, tasted for years together. That's why it lasted for so many years. So we have to understand this, and our younger generation must be really guided in this regard. We are seeing the evil effects of the so-called social media. Sometimes the social media is becoming anti-social. And certain sections of the media are becoming sensational. Sensational means senselessness. The news and views should not be mixed. News should be news and views should be separate in the other column. This has to be understood by one and all. And all the TV, we have so many channels nowadays, thousands. And in addition to that, as I told you, with the advent of IT, the influence of the telephone is increasing. One should not use telephone or cell phone. If you use cell phone beyond a point, it will become a hell phone. It will take you to hell, make your life miserable. So it should be used wherever it is required. And then try to acquire knowledge, not to be destructive, be objective and constructive. This is my advice today to the youngsters on this occasion. I'm happy that here the Central Minister, State Minister, Member of Parliament, local MLA and other social leaders are all here today in this function. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
I would like to invite CMC Superior General, Reverend Sister Grace Therese, to propose the vote of thanks.
Words of thanks.
अगर मैं सफदर आचार्य हूं